Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Today, we're going to unlock the magic behind a very specific, kind of tricky set of words in the English language. Our goal over the next few minutes is super simple, to help you completely master the words we use to point things out. That way, you can use them effortlessly, and honestly, with total confidence in your everyday conversations.
Have you ever been mid-sentence and suddenly just froze, wondering if you should say this, that, these, or those? It is an incredibly common point of confusion. They're tiny words, right? But they carry a whole lot of weight. If you've ever second-guessed yourself when trying to point something out, believe me, you are not alone. But don't worry, because we're going to clear the whole thing up right now.
All right, Section 1. Meet the demonstratives, pointing with words.
Basically, demonstratives are just words we use to point to people, animals, or things. Think of them as your essential linguistic pointing tools. So, instead of physically reaching out and jabbing your finger in the air, you just use these 4 words, this, that, these, and those, to direct your listener's attention exactly where you want it.
Now, here is the secret. Choosing the right word isn't about blind memorization at all. It's actually a very simple, logical puzzle you can solve in a split second by asking yourself 2 quick questions. Step 1, is the object near or far from you? And step 2, is it just one thing or more than one? That's it. Distance and quantity. Once you lock in those 2 variables, the right word just automatically reveals itself.
Let's break it down in Section 2, the power of one, singular demonstratives.
Okay, so while this represents an item that's near you, that represents an item that is far from you. And notice that they both mean exactly the same thing in terms of quantity, just one single item. The only difference is the spatial relationship.
Let's look at a few examples. When I say these, notice how it almost feels like I'm keeping the objects right here in my hands. This is my book, this is a pencil, this is my friend. You can really feel that proximity, right? We're talking about one item, and it's literally right here next to us.
So, let's turn this into a foolproof mental equation. Treat it like simple math, okay? 1 plus near equals this. If you have a single object and it is close enough to touch, your answer is always going to be this.
All right, now let's push things away a bit. Listen to these new examples and try to imagine projecting your voice across a room or maybe a field. That is my school. That is a beautiful bird. That is my teacher. See, the quantity hasn't changed at all. We're still talking about one school, one bird, one teacher. But the distance definitely has. They're over there, far away from us.
Which perfectly brings us to the second half of our singular equation, 1 plus far equals that. You really want to lock this formula into your memory. If you're pointing out a single item and you have to reach across space to indicate it, you need to use that.
Moving right along to Section 3. More than one, plural demonstratives.
So for plural items, these is used for things near us, while those is used for things far away. These acts exactly like this, and those acts exactly like that. The rules of distance remain totally unchanged, you see? We've basically just multiplied the number of items.
Let's bring things back close to us for a second. Listen to these examples. These are my books. These are apples. These are my toys. Again, imagine these items sitting right on the table in front of you. You're grouping multiple nearby things together.
Building on our mental math, here's our third formula. Many plus near equals these. If you have a handful of apples or a stack of books right next to you, the equation clearly dictates that you use these.
Now let's look out the window. Those are my shoes way across the room. Those are tall buildings on the horizon. Those are birds high in the sky. I'm projecting my focus outwards again. We have multiple items, but they're separated by distance. And here is the final fundamental rule to complete our set. Many plus far equals those. It's really that straightforward. Multiple buildings far away? Those. This formula wraps up our 4 core rules beautifully.
Okay, Section 4. The easy trick, your mental cheat code.
This is your ultimate cheat code right here. Think of it as a simple 2x2 matrix. You've got quantity on one side and distance on the other. All you have to do is cross-reference. 1 and near, this. 1 and far, that. Many and near, these. Many and far, those. By just asking yourself those 2 incredibly quick questions about distance and quantity, this grid gives you the perfect answer every single time.
Section 5. Let's practice together and test your knowledge.
Here's your first scenario. Imagine you have exactly one apple sitting right in your hand. Which word do you use? I'm going to give you a brief second. Think about your two variables, quantity and distance. Did you get it? The answer is, this is an apple. Why? Well, because the quantity is 1. It's a single apple. And the distance is near. It's literally right there in your hand. 1 plus near equals this. Great job. Let's try another one. Jumping all the way to the opposite end of our grid. You see birds flying high up in the sky. Which word do you use? Take a beat. Just run those two questions through your head. And the answer is, those are birds. You absolutely nailed it. You have many birds, so the quantity is plural, and they are high up in the sky, so the distance is far. Many plus far equals those. See? The matrix works perfectly every time. So look around your room right now. Seriously, what sentences can you make? You now have the exact tools and the mental cheat code to point out absolutely anything, anywhere in physical space. But here's something pretty wild to chew on. If this is how we handle physical distance, how do you think we use these exact same words to point to time, or even abstract ideas? Think about that for a bit, and I'll see you in the next explanation.